Hi, it's great to be back, and it's great to have our family life educator Trafford Fisher back in the studio.
Thank you, Ken. Good to be here.
Yeah, great. Now, men and relatives. When I think about men and relatives, I think about the in-laws, and men generally have a bit of a strained relationship with their in-laws.
And that's why a recent study out of Britain intrigued me, Ken.
Yep.
The article reported on some research, and I have to be honest, I couldn't find the original research, but the article suggested that men reported having a higher sense of self if they had a close connection with relatives.
Right.
But the same didn't occur for women.
Wow.
So in other words, it seemed as if men got a higher sense of self when they had a close connection with relatives, but the women didn't. And
is that maybe because women are better at forming friendship groups,
I don't know.
And so aren't so dependent on the family?
See, the study was frustrating. It didn't tell me.
Didn't tell you why?
It didn't tell me why. So it wasn't sort of a causative thing. It was just simply saying, hey, this is what they found. And I was intrigued by that, and I thought I should talk to my friend Kent about that. Maybe together we can nut it out. It sounds as if it's about identity and attachment. Generally, we understand women do relationships, generally speaking, a little more easily than men. They're warm, they're nurturing, they're caring. Men, as you suggested, whatever, we sort of give or take. But when it comes to mateship in the Australian psyche, that's generally a thing we connect with men.
Okay.
Men have mates, close mates.
But according to this research, it's relatives. And I mean, look, let's look at the very scientific measure of action movies, okay? How many action movies do you know that at their core are actually about men reconciling with their brother or reconciling with their father? Yeah. We see this theme coming out over and over again, and it seems to resonate very deeply for men.
I think there's something about sustaining a connection of some kind that's vital for men within their family. You're right, and I think that touches the theme. The movies about Anzac and all the rest. It's often about that familial thing. The brother and I did this, so my brother and I, my father. So there's something there. What I'm intrigued in is exactly what it is. Why may that not be true for women? So this needs some more research, some more work. But I raise it as an interesting thing, and I think it does spark us to say we need to try and get a handle on what might this mean. Why might it be so valuable in women?
Yeah. And I guess certainly for men who are perhaps estranged from their families in some ways, just to realise, hey guys, this is actually something pretty vital, pretty central to your identity, and maybe it's time you sorted it out if you can.
It's time to do some work here. I'm at risk while I sustain this distance from my family. Well, I don't care, I think, is a risk statement.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's an interesting study. We need to do some more work. I think it is about this identity and connection and attachment that's very important.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Food for thought, Trafford. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. We'll be back straight after the break.